Hi everyone, this is Lena from Trading Edge, and today I'm going to cover the astroclimate of April 2024. I have done some astro accounting for April because we have a combination of bullish and bearish aspects, and I have laid out the aspects in two columns. On the left hand side we have the bullish, and on the right hand side we have the bearish aspects, in order to compare them better which ones have higher probability of performing and manifesting on the Bitcoin market, which ones have more weight. So the main reason for the bull run at this moment in time is that all planets are heading on the northerly declination, and all of them are heading north. That's a very serious reason for maintaining the bullish bias for April. Reasons for retracement in April. The first one is that Mercury is very weak. Mercury is turning retrograde on the 1st of April, and it takes a week after that to recover in speed. So even the last week of April and the first couple of days of May are looking kind of shaky. So this is one of the reasons that I believe that there will be buying opportunities in April. Mercury is heading on a southerly declination from the 4th or 5th of April. It's very difficult to know the exact time. That's why I have written between the 4th and the 5th of April. Mercury turns suddenly south. And when Mercury turns on a southerly declination, that normally means a reversal of the market. So let me show you here one graph which portrays very accurately what has been happening on the Bitcoin market so far. These are the declinations of the planets, and all of the planets are heading in the same direction. All of them are heading north, and this is how the market has performed since January, is when they turned towards the north. And since January we have had a bullish market. However, as I said, on the 4th or 5th of April, Mercury is heading south, and this is the brown curve of Mercury. Once Mercury heads south, I expect some retracement on the market. That is why I have written that I expect the 3rd or the 5th of April to be a local top. The main reason for this is that turning of declination of Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of the markets, and yet at the same time Mercury is very weak. This is a very strong reason to expect some retracements in April. And also everything is relative on the market. To gain a better picture of how April will perform, how Bitcoin will perform in April, it's useful to compare it with March. And in March we didn't have any of that. In March all planets were heading north. There was no such reversal of declination. So this is a slightly difference now here, and it's a bearish difference. However, you saw that on the picture here that the main direction is north for everyone. And I will publish this presentation at the end. It's in a section on YouTube called Community. That's the place where we are allowed to post attachments. And this is the link where I just showed you this declination. This is actually the link for those declinations for you to keep an eye on them. Okay, moving on. Let's compare the aspects taking place in April, the bullish aspects and the bearish aspects. So we have 3 bearish aspects in April. Mars conjunct Saturn on the 10th of April, Sun square Pluto on the 21st of April, and Mars conjunct Neptune on the 29th of April. I have backtested Mars conjunct Saturn, and it gives me 50-50. I have backtested all Mars conjunct Saturn events in the life of Bitcoin from the existence, since the existence in January 2009, and it is actually 50-50. In fact, there were 4 bearish events and 5 bullish events. 4 green candles and 5 red candles. So it's not really guaranteed that Mars conjunction Saturn will pan out as a red candle. However, because there are other events on 10th of April that are bearish, I have got it as a red candle in my April bespoke forecast. On 10th of April, there are other backtested events which have scored a red. For example, this is here the non-human forecast. The non-human forecast is suggesting a red candle, and in Chinese the wood dragon is also suggesting a red candle. These are only probabilities. There is never 100% guarantee. Another event that is bearish is that the moon is in Taurus and Mercury is already on a southerly declination. So I have the 10th of April in combination with this aspect and these other events that I mentioned. I have the 10th of April as a red candle day and a possible local bottom. So if we look on the chart, I have marked the 10th of April as a local bottom. Not very deep, because apart from this event, Mars conjunct Saturn, there is hardly anything else that is significantly bearish. So for that reason, I don't expect a very deep retracement. However, it is a local bottom because from the 11th it gets very bullish there with the conjunction between Sun and Mercury. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let me just cover the other bearish events. So Sun square Pluto theoretically is very bearish. I have not backtested it yet, so technically I don't know how it will perform. Only quoting astrological knowledge that Sun square Pluto is not fun and it's expecting to be a bearish event. For that reason, I have given a red candle on the 21st of April and another local bottom. So here is the 21st of April. Again, this coincides with the red candle of the non-human forecast, and the non-human forecast is performing with around minimum 60% accuracy so far, so I kind of trust it. In Chinese, this is a red candle here because of the wood element. Wood is clashing with earth. And what else do we have? On natal, we have a couple of unpleasant aspects. Mars 180 degrees to Saturn, to natal Saturn, and the Sun is squaring the natal Pluto. Oh, actually, no, this is not the natal. Sun squaring Pluto is the transit aspect that I was just discussing as a bearish aspect. Yeah, another reason I have for the bearish, for the red candle on 21st of April is a comet becomes visible, and comets tend to be bearish for Bitcoin. Haven't backtested the comets, so technically we don't know. It's just from my observations for the past few years. and Mercury continues to be on a southerly declination. This is the day, the 21st of April is the day when Mercury actually dips below the zero declination. I have noticed that the zero declinations are always bullish for Bitcoin when Mercury or the Moon are on a zero declination. So for that reason I have marked the 20th and 19th of April as green candle days, and also as local tops for a number of other reasons. I will take you through the other reasons in a minute. So for now, just to let you know, the 21st of April I have considered to be a local bottom, and it is here reflected on my chart. Carrying on with the bearish events here on the presentation, we have Mars conjunct Neptune on the 29th of April, and I have back tested that. It gives me 67% red candle in the past. So 29th of April we have as a red candle and as a local bottom. Okay, this is it, the 67% on back testing. And also this coincides with the solar eclipse strategy, which on back testing has produced 29th of April as a red candle day. We have other bearish events such as Venus on 29 degree of Aries, and another serious bearish event is that the Moon will hit the 28 degree declination south, right on the bottom of the south, and that is quite bearish, and also that kind of signals a bottom. So I've got 29th of April as another local bottom. Here it is on the chart. Okay, so these are three bearish events, and as I said, one of them on back testing has produced actually 50-50 score, and that is competing with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with 7 conjunctions and 6. I haven't even included the sextiles. They're just 7 conjunctions, and conjunctions tend to be very bullish for Bitcoin. So Venus conjunct Neptune on the 3rd of April. This is the queen of bullish aspects. It's the queen of inflation, of misleading, of rose-colored glasses, and all of those bullish sentiments that circulate around. So I expect the 3rd of April to be a local top. I have marked it on the chart here. Between the 3rd and 5th of April I expect to form a local top. Certainly the 3rd I have marked as a green candle day, because there are some other bullish events as well. It's not just this conjunction, but we also have Sun on 13 degrees of Aries, which tends to be quite a bullish degree, and we have 24th lunar day, which tends to be a bullish lunar day. So they have gathered quite a lot of weight, all of those other esoteric variables that I have used. So for that reason I've got the 3rd of April as a local top. I will take a screenshot of this chart and I will post it in the section called community, where we are allowed to post attachments for future references. And now moving on to the next bullish event, which is Sun conjunct Rahu on the 5th of April. So for that reason I have said that the local top I expect to be between the 3rd and the 5th of April, because this is another very bullish event, Sun conjunct Rahu. Rahu is the north node, by the way. So what other events do we have on the 5th of April is that Venus is entering Aries. And the 0 degrees of Aries is a very bullish degree. At the same time, Mercury will be on 26 degrees of Aries, which again is a very bullish degree. At the same time, the non-human forecast is predicting a green candle for the 5th of April. At the same time, the Mercury backtesting is predicting a green candle for the 5th of April, 60% likelihood. And there are some other events here that take a little bit of longer explanation, but in total the weights are much heavier on the bullish side, much heavier. So for that reason I've got the 5th of April as a local top. And then from the 6th of April I expect a reversal, very local reversal. I expect a turbulent week here between the 6th and the 10th of April. A week of retracement, minimum retracement, could be some heavier dumping, could be more than just a retracement. So let's continue with the other bullish aspects. On 8th of April we have Sun and Moon, both Sun and Moon, because that is a new moon and it's a solar eclipse, conjunct Chiron. So again, conjunctions are very bullish for Bitcoin. However, the 8th of April is backtesting as a 67% likelihood of a red candle. So 8th of April is a bit difficult to score because we have this very big contradiction here. The conjunction is supposed to be very bullish. Most conjunctions are bullish for Bitcoin, but that contradicts the backtesting results from the solar eclipse. The days of the solar eclipse score 67% red candles in the past. However, the non-human forecast is a green candle, and we have a comet on the 8th of April, and comets are bearish for Bitcoin. I have given it a red candle. However, stay open-minded about this one. It may not be a red candle. 10th of April is my kind of more sure red candle. And the 7th and 9th of April are looking shaky as well. At the moment I haven't decided what color candle to give them. But for this whole week I expect a retracement, I expect a shaky week, and I expect the 10th to be a local bottom. And from then on 11th of April we have the famous Mercury conjunction Sun. It happens on a very bullish degree, that is why I'm bullish for that conjunction. 22 degrees of Aries is a very bullish degree. One day I will explain to you the reasons for those statements. One day I will cover in a separate videos all the degrees. Particularly number 22 has been discovered by Shakespeare to be an incredibly materialistic number. It's according to Shakespeare actually was a numerologist, and he has made some very accurate statements about the numbers. And he states that number 22 is the most materialistic number because it's the number of masonry. Masonry in the state that it's to do with buildings, that every building has 4 foundations, 4 legs to the 4 corners of the building, and that's what symbolizes material stability. And number 22 is always quite a bullish number on the markets when a 22nd degree is crossed in any one of the zodiac signs. So based on that, I'm giving a green candle for this conjunction. And also we have green candles on the solar eclipse backtesting and on the non-human forecast. Both of them coincide with green candles. 12th of April is another day which I have given a green candle, because on backtesting the Mercury retrograde backtesting is providing a 63% green candle. We have Uranus on 120-degree angle, which is a trine to Lilith. That is quite a bullish event. We have Mercury minimum elongation, which means that Mercury will be the closest to Earth, and so that is all looking very, very bullish. Moving on to the 13th, some bullish degrees attached here by Mars. 17 degrees of Pisces is a very bullish degree. Uranus in Taurus is a very bullish degree. And let me go back to my presentation before I lose track of that. So we don't have a conjunction on the 13th, but we have a conjunction on the 14th, which is Aries conjunction Sun. Aries conjunction, Aries is the planet of war, and in conjunction with Sun, it's kind of it will be highlighting war events. However, I cannot tell whether it will increase military operations, or it will bring some peace to the matter. I have not backtested any of the asteroids. All I know is that Aries is the asteroid that rules military events. So there will be something significant happening on the 14th of April. Nevertheless, this is a bullish aspect for Bitcoin, just by itself, because it is a conjunction. Venus conjunct Rahu on the 17th of April, that is another mega bullish event. People who have Venus conjunct Rahu are unstoppable. So I expect big moves on the market on the 17th of April in upward direction. And then I have the 18th of April as a red candle day and the local bottom. So what I have indicated here on the chart, it looks like 17th of April will be low, which is kind of it's building a wrong picture. All I'm saying is that the 13th, the 14th of April I expect to be a local top. So the 17th of April could be something like this, just a little bit lower than the 13th, the 14th of April. And then I expect the 18th of April to be a local bottom. One second here. So that is the 18th of April, a local bottom. Let me just finish with my presentation and then I'll come back to the daily time frames. And then Jupiter conjunct Uranus on the 20th of April, that is again a very bullish event. On backtesting it has produced 100% green candles. Every single one of those events in Bitcoin's life has produced a green candle. Plus on the 20th of April we also have an alignment of 5 planets, which is an astronomical event because they're not exactly conjunctions. So most astrologers are not covering that event because it's not really a conjunction between another 5 planets, but they are aligned in the sky in a way that can be visible by everyone, even with the plain eye. So for that reason that is considered a very bullish event, and 20th of April is looking like a definite local top because of this conjunction. So before I go into the daily time frames, let's just compare. Let's do some astro accounting here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 conjunctions. Out of those 7, even only 5 materializes green candles. There's still more than the 3 bearish events And also we have all the planets heading north and in full speed except Mercury. Mercury is the only planet who is in a weak state. So on balance, it is very easy to see that the bullish trend will be continuing in April. However, this weakness that we're observing here in Mercury is something new in comparison to March, and therefore I expect that the Mercury weakness in combination with these three bearish aspects will produce some buying opportunities. Now, moving to the next slide, I would like to do some more astro accounting before I move to the daily time frames, just to describe the climate in April. So again, on the left hand side, I have written the reasons for the bullish bias. The halving is definitely the number one reason. Military events on 14th of April I have written as a bullish reason, because that's when Aries conjuncts the Sun. I have written them as bullish events because in the past, whenever we have had military events, they've always been bullish for the Bitcoin market. They've never brought the market down. Mercury retrograde on backtesting is bullish, so even though we have on the previous slide as Mercury retrograde being a bearish event, actually the backtesting is showing high probability of a bullish turnout. And in my previous video I discussed that in detail. We have the 5 significant green days in the Mercury cycle, in the Mercury retrograde duration, as opposed to only 2 red days significant. So the bias there is bullish on backtesting, and the total solar eclipse cycle on backtesting is bullish as well. I will present the total solar eclipse in the next couple of days. We are having a storm here in Spain, and that's the reason for the delay. I was meant to present it today, but today is the 31st of March and it's 10 o'clock in the evening at the moment, so I'm keen to press ahead with the forecast for April, and I will cover the solar eclipse in the next couple of days. So on backtesting, that also is bullish as well, the total solar eclipse, the whole cycle. And then what we have on the bearish side is, according to Chinese astrology, Bitcoin is an earth rat by year and an earth monkey as a day master. The earth element clashes with the earth element of the earth dragon in April 2024. So in April 2024 we have, this is the month of the dragon, and it happens to be an earth dragon, and earth has a flattening effect on everything, on hopes, on expectations, on delusions. It has a very kind of coming down to earth, literally and metaphorically, effect on everything. So that is quite a serious reason to expect some dumping in April. The double earth element was present in the 1895, I think it was, just let me just correct that. In the 1895 Carrington solar storm event. Let me just show you what the AI is saying about the solar storm. So the official word for the solar storm is coronal mass ejection, CME, from the Sun colliding with the Earth's magnetosphere on September 1st, 1859. Carrington and other astronomers independently recorded the earliest observations of a solar flare, the first documented records of such an event. The solar flare was associated with the geomagnetic storm that followed, leading Carrington to suspect a solar terrestrial connection. The modern implications of that are, if a geomagnetic storm of similar magnitude were to occur today, it would cause widespread electrical disruptions, blackouts, and damage due to extended outages of the electrical power grid. the July 2012 solar storm, which had comparable strength to the Carrington event, serves as a reminder of the potential impact of such events. So the correct year of this event is 1859. Let me just correct that. 1859. Okay, so why do I believe that this event is linked to April is because when I did the Chinese horoscope for this event, it actually showed Earth. It showed the double Earth element in that event. So for that reason, I expect that something similar will happen this April as well, and that we will have some kind of a black swan from a natural disaster, and particularly from a solar storm. Also in Chinese astrology doesn't look favorable when the same element is fortified. We have double Earth just by month, and also we have the year of the dragon, which makes it 2 dragons and 1 element of wood and 3 earths. Basically, these are the elements that are interacting in April, and this is a very unfavorable combination because they hate each other. Wood and earth hate each other, and also both wood and earth are executives, but different types of executives. Wood is more executives like Elon Musk, who are kind of dreamers, and they have visions and they want to achieve certain things, whereas the earth executives are different types. They're the sort of people that are very realistic, and they will play only what is safe and secure. So I expect some very big conflicts between the elite in April and the elite in all areas of life. It could be political, financial, military. I expect some very serious clashes between them, and particularly between those institutions on the market that have the ETFs and the institutions who do not have the ETFs. I expect some dynamic relationships between them, which will translate as some kind of extreme green candles and extreme red candles, a lot of pumping and a lot of dumping. Certainly, because of those Chinese predictions, I expect that April will be an exceptionally dynamic month with a lot of going on, thick and fast, good and bad, thick and fast, one after the other. So brace yourselves, everyone. It will be an exceptionally challenging and uneasy. The whole tone of April comes across as very uneasy and very tense. So even if it pans out to be bullish, there will still be some kind of an unease about that. It will not be the sort of bullish where people are waving their hands in the air and celebrating. It will be some kind of a bullish out of anger. There will be certainly a lot of anger. The dragon is a very angry animal. Putin is a dragon, by the way. So I'm not saying that all dragons are like Putin, very far from that. But just to give you an example, what I expect, I do expect Putin to feature strongly on the picture in April, and the dragons to be raging. I do expect a lot of raging there on the high echelons in our society. So, and also another reason is because more planets are moving into Aries as well. Now look what happened in March, in the last week of March, which is supposed to be a bearish week. When it was bearish, look what we get, some sideways movement when it's bearish. But when it has been bullish, we get an upward movement, right? This is one explanation for this, is that when the month of Pisces is concerned, Pisces is an aloof sign. Pisces is not a sign that shows emotion easily. Pisces are very much in control of their emotions. And what we're observing at the moment is one very controlled market, right? And I expect that all of this will change in April. In April, we will have some more serious dumps and some more serious pumps. And it will be more emotional. Aries is not a detached sign. Aries is actually quite an emotional sign. And Aries also has a tendency to get angry. So I expect new kind of emotion on the market, which is anger. So there may be pumps out of anger as well, and there will be dumps out of anger as well. However, I have built this astro accounting system here to give me as less biased and as much neutral perspective as possible. And as we can see here from this astro accounting is that the bullish far outweigh the bearish. It just conjunction after conjunction, thick and fast, thick and fast. These are 7 conjunctions in a 30 days month. That's like every 3 days there is a conjunction. And the general tendency is therefore that it will be a bullish month. Let me see now the daily time frames. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna go back to the chart. So these are my days for the local tops between the 3rd and 5th of April, between 13th and 14th of April, 20th of April and 23rd of April are my local tops. And the local bottoms are 10th of April, 18th of April, 21st of April and 29th of April. Local bottoms. Just to tell you about May, Mars is entering Aries on the 1st of May and Venus is entering Taurus on the 30th of April. Both of these are very bullish events. So May is looking as an extremely and straightforward bullish month. So from the 29th of April, I expect an upward direction, but I do not guarantee you that this is where the price will be here on 29th of April. All I know is that 29th is a red candle day, and I expect it to be a local bottom because of that conjunction there between Mars and Neptune. In terms of prices, I do not know exactly where these bottoms will be positioned, but I do expect a movement upwards after that. And there is only one retracement around the 2nd of April there was one bearish aspect, and from there on is all systems go, because by then Mercury will be back on the northerly declination. As you can see here, at the end of April Mercury starts heading back north, and then Mercury will be heading with the rest of the planets in the same direction at full speed. Mercury stations direct on 25th of April. It takes about a week to gather speed. That is why I'm not bullish for the last week of April. I think after the full moon there will be some dumping there and some readjustments or sideways at the best of time. And then from the beginning of May it's all systems go. Oh yeah, on the 2nd of May one of the planets is turning retrograde, and that is Pluto. Pluto is turning retrograde, and we will see what will happen on that date, but everything else is very bullish for May. So just that planet, just Pluto turning retrograde is not really enough to stop all of those wild horses. All of these planets heading in the same direction is really like a carriage being driven by several very strong horses, because all of them are heading in exactly in the same direction, and all of that will culminate in June. And June, for that reason, is the top in my opinion for 2024. After that, a lot of the planets will start heading on a southerly declination, which is a bearish declination, which is a bearish direction. Okay, let me go back now to the daily time frames. So 1st of April, I expect a red candle closure. However, I'm not that fussed about it. Some of the candles are more kind of sure than others, and the 1st of April is not one of them. 2nd of April, I have it as a green candle because on Mercury backtesting it's given me a very strong percentage of a green candle closure. And also the sun is on 13 degrees of Aries. 13 degrees of Aries is a mega bullish degree. So for that reason, I expect that 2nd of April will be a green candle. I already discussed the 3rd of April. We have a number of bullish events, mainly Venus conjunction Neptune. So I got a green candle for the 3rd of April. I haven't decided for the 4th of April. We have this Earth dog. The Earth element will be clashing with the rest of the elements. However, we have a 4-planetary alignment, which is an astronomical event, and all of these alignments in the sky tend to be bullish. And then at the same time, the non-human forecast is predicting a red candle for the 4th of April. And we have last day of visibility of Mercury, which is a bearish event. We have Venus 29 degree of Pisces, a bearish event. Mercury heading on a southerly declination, but that will happen a day later. So for 4th of April it's difficult to decide because we have equal kind of weight between bullish and bearish events. 5th of April is a green candle because of the Sun-Rahu conjunction, and also Venus occupying 0 degrees of Aries, which is a massively bullish event, and Mercury occupying 26 degrees of Aries is a bullish degree. So 6th of April is the first day that is showing vulnerability, and I expect the reversal there, 6th of April, to be the first day of the retracement. And then here for the 7th, mixed picture, so I haven't given it a candle yet. 8 I've already covered. It's a vulnerable day anyway, whether we get a green candle or red candle for this, but the statistic for the solar conjunction is 67% red likelihood. That's why I have given it a red candle. The 9th, this is when Mars is heading towards the conjunction with Saturn, and also Mercury is entering Andante zone. So for that reason I have given the 9th of April. I haven't given it a red candle, but I will be probably giving it a red candle. Yes, and also the non-human forecast is saying, oh yes, I know why I didn't give it a color, because on the solar eclipse backtesting, the day after the solar eclipse gives 81% green candle historically. So that's the reason why I haven't given it a color, and now in that case I will leave it without a color. The 10th of April is the bottom, in my opinion. I've already covered that. And then the week after that looks like a strong week, 11, 12, 13 or 14. I don't guarantee that all of those days will be green candle days, but the movement is upwards. And then again, so the 14 is my next local top. After the 5th, I already showed you that on the chart, and then again 15th is retracing. What was the reason for that? Minimum distance from Earth. Well, it's not really a very strong red candle, but because I've given it a red color because of relativity. If the 14th is mega bullish, then the expectation is that the next day will be making a slight retracement. So for that reason it's got a red candle. But actually what I may do, I may actually remove that red candle, because that was my only reason for giving it, because the 14th is very, very strong. And then we have, oh yes, no, I'm giving back the red candle to 15th, and the reason for this is because the moon will hit the most bullish degree of declination on the 14th. That's why I've got the 14th as a local top. And then after it hits the most northern declination on 28 degrees, the moon will start heading south, and that is always a bearish day. It's always a less bullish day than the previous one, because simply you cannot keep up every day to be a top, and hitting the most northern declination is a very important top, very big top, the 28 degrees of northerly declination. So for that reason I expect a green candle for 15th, but that is a red candle, I beg your pardon, but that is the red candle that is on the top, like the first kind of retracement. So not really any big kind of red candle. Then 16th and 17th of April, I've got them as green candle days, because the planet's occupying some very bullish degrees, and Venus is conjuncting Rahu on the 17th. Certainly that will be a bullish event. And then the bottom will be 18th of April. I've already showed you that on the chart. 19th and 20th are very bullish days because of the Mercury conjunct Venus on the 19th. That is mega bullish. Mercury is hitting the 0 degree of declination. That has been bullish in the past in my observations. So 19 and 20th are looking very bullish. 21st is looking much weaker. There is a comet visible there, and scoring red on the non-human forecast, and several other events there. The opposition between Mars and Saturn, and the Sun square Pluto, that is on the 21st. So quite a lot of bearish events. That's why I've got it as a red candle. And then 22nd, Mars is 180 degrees opposition to Saturn, and I've got it as a red candle as well. And then moving on to the 23rd. So 22nd is a very interesting day, because we have 3 dragons on the 22nd. So they in classical Chinese astrology, that is a negative event when so many dragons are competing with each other. So for that reason I have given it a red candle, but we'll see. I haven't back tested those events. Technically I actually do not know, so it may turn out to be a bullish day. 23rd is the full moon. Full moons tend to be very bullish for Bitcoin, and that's why I've got it as a green candle. And we have a meteor shower as well. Meteor showers are bullish for Bitcoin. And then because 23rd is expected to be a local top, because it has many bullish events on the 23rd, then 24th kind of naturally may end up a bit lower, and may end up being a red candle day. But for the moment I have not given it a color. I need to think a little bit more about this last week, because it's towards the end of April and now it's the end of March. It's kind of a bit difficult to visualize that last week of April. And the 26th is looking strong, so I've got a green candle for the 26th of April. 25th of April should be closing on a green candle according to the Mercury backtesting. However, that Mercury backtesting, it's showing 64%. The day when Mercury stations direct, 64% of the time is a green candle as in the past. and also there are other bullish events there. Jupiter trine Lilith, and however, this was not confirmed. The 25th of April is a double Earth day. Earth sheep is a double Earth day, so for that reason I have not given it the green candle that the other aspects are suggesting. And also the non-human forecast is not giving a forecast for 25th of April either, and the solar eclipse is not giving a forecast for 25th of April. So if they don't have an opinion, I kind of stay without an opinion as well. For now, we'll see what happens. I do reserve the right to change my mind about those candles, but I don't change my mind on the day. When I see the movements on the market, it's not when I change my mind. 27th of April, I don't have any opinion, although the solar eclipse backtesting is suggesting that these will be 3 days of weakness here, 27th, 28th and 29th. I certainly agree with the 29th. The 29th is very bearish because of that Mars-Neptune conjunction, and then the 30th is looking bullish because Mars is entering 0 degrees of Aries. However, on the same day we have Mars making a square to the natal Pluto of Bitcoin, so that is quite a bearish event, by the way. So I'll see. I need to do some more thinking about this, and I may actually change the color of this one, or I actually may remove the color, but so difficult to remove the green color because Mars on 0 degrees of Aries, this is the king of bullish. 0 degrees of Aries is mega bullish, and then Mars entering its own sign, I'm kind of bullish for that. And who knows, maybe this Mars square Pluto will start affecting the market after that, not on the same day. We will see, but we can only do probabilities. There is never 100% certainty. As you can see, there is always a mixture of bullish and bearish events on the same day, so it takes a lot of calculating and assessment to re-evaluation to keep monitoring which one is heavier. So on balance, I think Mars entering 0 degrees of Aries is heavier rather than the natal aspect. So for that reason, I'm giving it a green candle. So this is my forecast for April 2024. Brace yourselves for a very tough month ahead, a month of tensions, particularly people who have Earth. If you want to know your personal forecast, check my videos on Chinese astrology. I have showed there a very detailed method how to calculate for yourself what element you are and how to make forecasts for yourself. People who have the Earth element in our natal charts will suffer a lot this April. So be careful with driving. There will be a lot of disasters on the road. I don't really want to scare anyone, but Earth element is very negative for the roads. It flattens everything, and it's very likely that it will produce some mass crashes, and it also likes bringing things from above, bringing them down, leveling them down. So I expect a lot of crashes and natural disasters as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a pleasant month, except for the wood element. The wood element is making their money from Earth, and as we're gonna have so much of the Earth element this month, we're gonna have 3 Earth elements this month. The double Earth of the month itself, and also the Earth element of the dragon from the year. So the wood element will make a lot of money from this. I'm going to calculate BlackRock date of birth and see whether they happen to be a wood element, because I want to be building a picture about those institutions who I expect that will have some vicious struggles between them. For example, institutions like Binance and BlackRock, as we know, they're very big enemies, and I will do some calculations and I'll do a video about that. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below. And in the next video, I'll present you the non-human forecast for April 2024. This forecast is very precious in showing what the expectation is based on historical backtesting, without much fuss and without any bias and any passion. It's a very dispassionate, kind of unsobering forecast. Bye for now.